Orbit is the intro song to the album. It sets the tone and serves as a prologue to the listener's journey. The Space Cadet reflects on all that he has seen and diagnoses the inability to see the universe for what it is, as more than our immediate senses tell, and invites the listener to look with new eyes upon the world and the universe beyond, to get caught up in wonder at the blazing tapestry of beauty that is out there. Space Cadet Relaunch is the first full-length song on this album, and the kernel of the whole project, which all began in 2014, with the original version of this song. I'm relaunching it on this album because it never really quite felt complete to me. Regardless, it very much helped define the kind of thing I wanted to make with my music. The song paints the picture of a cosmic journey, or mission, as a metaphor for life. It is the send to the listener, commissioning the Space Cadet on his journey. Adrift the currents. Transportal Trajectory is the song about the journey that follows. It wrestles with the feelings of restlessness and anxieties in the process. It is very much a reflection on the lesson that I had to learn time and time again during this project. The first half communicates the urge to get there, to arrive. But halfway through there is a shift in the music and it leads to resolve. Hopefully it will help to allay any similar worries in the listener. Revolutions of the Celestial Spheres is the song that allows the listener to actually exult in the beauty of creation. That posture of contentment in the waiting has opened the Space Cadet's eyes to the beauty all around him he has thus far taken for granted. It is an invitation to look up at the heavens and wonder at the rhythm of the cosmos, as well as the beauty and intricacies of the internal universe of each individual we come into contact with, because every life is a constellation. Lunar Tides is the next song that encourages wonder at the beauty beyond. Wonder that opens the eyes of the imagination to look upon mundane things, such as the moon, with the enchantment that imbues them with meaning and elevates our hearts to the heights of joy. There is something especially bipolar about the music, which I think is appropriate for a song about the moon. It sits somewhere between two keys, the melody in G and the chords in D, so that's pretty cool, I guess. Into the Unknown is the harbinger of doom, the herald to the darkness of the deep. It sets the tone as the listener descends into the unknown. At some point in every journey, there is the low point, the dark point, the descent into the underworld. But in space, it is the void, a place of chaos that devours light and hope. Of course, there is always light and hope, but there it may not look as much. Umbra is the confrontation with darkness, whether that be the vacuum of light, evil, or the unknown, as well as despair, fear, or innate weakness. The listener is subject to the boasts of the shadow, but learns the power of resistance, where darkness seeks to consume and dominate through might and power. The Space Cadet can find victory, not through strength, but courage to stand and simply resist it, for it can never fully triumph where its victims do not bow to its terror. Distress Signal is a transition song, a dramatic scene setter for the following song, where the Space Cadet has crash-landed on an unknown planet on the outer reaches of a solar system. I felt like I was designing a part in a radio drama, or the audio for a video game cutscene. I had a ton of fun making something out of sound that creates a visual in the mind's eye. It put me right there in the scene, and it's that sort of thing that I've really come to love. Gazing back upon the soul. Orient My Heart is the song about overcoming isolation that sets in after confronting the shadow, out there as well as inside. I had this word, Apogee, in my vocabulary list for lyrics. It means the point in a celestial object's orbit at which it is furthest from the Earth. I started working with that as a theme, then I came across another term, aphelion, which means the point in a celestial object orbit at which it is furthest from the sun. In this song, the Space Cadet is far from anything familiar, and feels that distance from home, Apogee, is the cause for feeling so alone. However, distance from the sun, aphelion, is his greater estrangement. Cosmology is a moment of reflection upon the beauty put forth by the medieval planetary model, and the connection that I make between it and Psalm 19. The Space Cadet concludes that the story in the stars and the story in our lives are connected in some ways, and by maintaining an upward gaze of wonder at what the Creator has done, our lives may only be enriched by the voice that goes forth from the starry heavens. There's this guitar line in the middle of the song that I'm really fond of. To me, it communicates a sort of longing for the beauty reflected and a heart turned toward it. A heart compelled by the radiance of a light so lovely that all things want to know its source. We Are Andromeda is a song that ponders the cosmic implications of a planet disgraced before the court of the heavens, and pairs that with the plight of Princess Andromeda from the Greek myth Andromeda. It processes the cosmic implications of Christ's redemption by entering into our disgrace and becoming one of us. As the highest being in the universe, that transaction instantly elevated our status in the cosmos and returned dignity to our sphere, inviting us back into our destiny to shine like the stars forever. 20,000 solar masses, depth between 5,000 Messier Object 17 is the unnecessary reading of facts about the Omega Nebula and is a transition song to the next. It was originally the intro to the next song. I felt the intro was getting a little bit too long, but I didn't want to lose it, so I just chopped it off and made it its own track. Nebulae is the song about a cosmic war as cause for all the dust and interstellar matter that clutters the universe. I cast things into a War of the Worlds-esque radio drama, just kind of developed. I think it's a really fun effect. I also take the opportunity to inject a bit of imaginative fiction into the world around us by talking of the planets as sentinel figures who help defend Earth from the cosmic rebellion, asteroids, rogue planets, etc. It's meant to be this really adrenaline-inducing battle cry type song. Retrograde Motion is the song of reminiscence, reflecting on all that's come before, in order to prepare the listener for the next song. I took the opportunity at trying to make some sort of ambient track that really immerses the listener in textures of cosmic beauty. Fun fact, one of the textures was this paper cup of ice water that I got from Chipotle. I just recorded it on my phone and became one of the things that I really enjoy about the song. But the song's main point is that retrograde motion is not a regression, it's a return to center. Axis is the final song in the journey. It closes with a similar theme as the introduction, diagnosing the materialistic reductionism that some observers sit under. The Space Cadet has seen so much more than what telescopes revealed, and he has emerged more aware than some of his fellows, but even he can fall astray by the apparent lack of a center in our modern cosmic model of both the universe and of the self, which is why the song leaves the listener with this resolve. We turned our eyes toward galaxies, sought long after another, but after all this time, it was you we were made to discover. We were made to discover.